Heart and Mind, also known as HAM, was a four-member girl group that debuted on September 23rd, 2009 under the label Lee Yun Entertainment. They only lasted until 2011. So what happened to them? Well, let's talk about it. According to K-pop Wiki, Miyu, Hyunhee, Sujin, and Gayeon made up the cute but sexy girl group HAM. The girls debuted with their song TT Dance, which was pretty popular back in the day. They even had their own show on Mnet titled Hello, We Are New Group HAM. I had no idea, so I'm actually going to try and find the show so I can watch it because I used to love this group and I feel like, again, they left us too soon. So let me know if you guys have seen it or plan on watching it as well. The girls only released 6 singles before they were given the chop, so what led to their demise? That's what we're going to talk about today. So before their 2010 comeback with the song So Sexy, the leader Miyu left the group stating that she wanted to focus on acting, but according to K-Profiles, she never really got into the acting career. It just never really took off because she ended up leaving the entertainment industry altogether afterwards. As for the single, I highly suggest you guys watch the video for So Sexy, then stream the song because it is truly, truly a bop. Like, I love that song and I still bump it to this day because it's so catchy and the vocals and the visuals are just on point. I feel like that song was also ahead of its time because it's just I just love it. I really, really love it. Some people don't like the high notes at the end. They just feel like they're awkward, but I think it's beautiful. I love the song. So it's truly unclear to me as to why the girls have disbanded. I've searched everywhere and I couldn't find a solid explanation. And it's always like that with those lesser known groups. With the bigger groups, you get like these big statements from the agency. You get all these like explanation, all these support pages, all these like forums asking questions and the community talking about it. When it's like groups that are just like underrated, that aren't really well known, they don't have a big fan base, there's not a lot of people like myself that want to go ahead and talk about these things, so it's really hard. Like, the answers that I find are very limited, so I was grateful to find something, but we'll just see. So, like I said, I've searched everywhere and there's like no solid explanation as to what happened to them. There have been no statements from the agency, nor any of the ladies stepped forward to explain why HAM unofficially disbanded. All that I can conclude is that they were active up until 2012. Now, K Crush reports that their agency promoted them like in Japan, like more so like overseas and stuff like that before they were even well known in Korea, which could have added to their disbandment later on during the later years. So their single So Sexy, although I loved it back in the day, it was like too provocative for South Korea, so it barely received any coverage and their own fan base started to dwindle because like they just weren't really well known. Like, people didn't really know them. So when they did get in the booth and started to like do songs, they couldn't even promote them because the concept was too much. And it's so crazy. I just feel like they debuted at the wrong time because now if you see the outfits that these girl groups are wearing and the stuff that they're singing about, I mean, it would just make you want to like, I don't know, like just go crazy because just 10 years ago this stuff was like unacceptable, but it just goes to show how the times are changing. So on top of the girls mainly promoting in Japan, and then their songs that they were releasing in Korea not really taking off because the concept wasn't agreeable with the public, they just started to kind of go downhill, and it seems like the agency let the girls down as well, making them promote more so overseas than locally. Like, that's just a recipe for disaster. And then failing to grasp the public's attention like they had when the girls first debuted, it's just really, really sad. It's unfortunate, but at least we can see what the girls have been up to now. So Sujin debuted again in a group called BBDE Girl, which ended up disbanding in 2013. So now she's a soloist and a vocal coach with a YouTube channel. Now, Hyunhee found work as a fitting model for a brand named Seo Hing Mul. Hope I said that right. I can't read Korean, you guys. It's just, it takes me like, I'm not as fast as like a native, so it just takes me a little bit of like sounding out, but I can read Korean. So that whole brand name was in Korean, and I was just like, okay, I'll just read it. And yeah, so I hope I didn't butcher it, but it's Pingmul. So I did say it wrong. Pingmul. That's the name of the brand that she modeled for. In the spring of 2018, she also started to stream on the video website service called Africa TV under the name Kim In In Heart Iran. As for Gayon, she kind of went under the radar. I mean, she has an IG, but there isn't much information on her and as to like what she's been doing. I believe she has stepped away from the entertainment industry like Miyu altogether. So, what do you guys think of Ham? Did you know who they were when you clicked on this video or nah? If not, I hope you learned something new. My goal is to just make you guys more aware of these awesome disbanded groups in hopes that you'll just like kind of be just as torn as I am about them, about like the fact that they're no longer releasing music, what they say, like misery loves company. But no, seriously, if you're more aware of these groups, then maybe, like I always say, they will come back together, or maybe they'll come back in another form, which is like my ultimate goal. I would be so happy to see these groups like get the shot and the chance that they deserved. There's so many groups that I know that I still listen to that were just amazing that just didn't get the right support, or it was just not the right time for them, or something happened. It's always pretty much external forces, but everything happens for a reason. I'm just here to give you guys the scoop and then see how you like the results, I guess. Yeah, so that's it for this video, you guys. I will see you on the next one. Salam.